To the anxious undergrad, here's how to start planning early. If you're in your penultimate year or you're in your final year, it's very important that you take up opportunities to volunteer. So now you're at this point where your grades are relatively stable. Now you want to gather experience. You can do that through various organizations. You can work with JCI, you can work with Enactors, you can even join the Literary and Debating Society. I, for example, knew that I wanted to do something communications related. But of course, the course that I studied had really nothing to do with communications. And so I started looking for opportunities to volunteer within communications. Then I realized I wanted to do something within advocacy and education. And so I found an organization that was doing that. And that organization, I was able to provide communication services to that organization. So the best thing I can tell you is find organizations that you can volunteer with. And choosing the organization that you volunteer with is also very important. You need to ask yourself, what sector do I want to work in? What sector do I find myself working in? And what does that organization look like now, or that sector look like now in seed form? Can I get, if possible, an organization within my school, a student organization within my school that is doing that exact same thing? I know somebody who studied economics, and this person wanted to work in a bank, wanted to work in investment banking. But of course, this person didn't have any experience in investment banking, just graduated from school. But this person worked in the student finance club. And that's when an employer shows that you're passionate about the field that you're going into and you have transferable skills. Basic things like working with Microsoft Office, Excel, PowerPoint, doing presentations, those skills are very important. And sometimes volunteering gives you the opportunity to also meet people, because you never know who will give you your first job. Sometimes the person that will give you your first job is probably one of the volunteers that are working that day. And your first job might probably come from that organization that you're working with. For example, the first experience I had in development was working with the One African Child Foundation. Shout out to Victoria and the team. One African Child Foundation, I worked as regional director. I also worked as global programs director. And this gave me the skills I needed to navigate life. I learned leadership. I learned communication. I learned storytelling. I learned fundraising. I learned so many things. And the truth is that by joining these organizations, you gain so many skills that are useful in other sectors that you may find yourself. And even if you don't know exactly what sector you want to go in after school, just find places that you can volunteer and serve. That way, when you graduate from school, you just not have one line on your CV. You probably see, oh, member this club, that club, and you have responsibilities that you would have been able to achieve for that organization. The second thing I'm going to tell you is learn how to write a CV and open a LinkedIn account. For me, this was a game changer for me. I started working full-time in the workforce in my third year of university. And at that time, I had learned how to write a CV. I had opened up a LinkedIn account. People could see me. And because they could see me, they could recommend me for opportunities. And then I started writing on LinkedIn. People started noticing that, oh, this person writes pretty well. It might look like you don't want to put yourself out there. I don't feel like I need to talk too much. I don't have anything to say. Sometimes by writing on LinkedIn, you become a better writer. And writing is a crucial skill wherever you find yourself, whether you're going to be a CEO of a company or you're just going to work as a receptionist. Writing is a crucial skill to have. So write on LinkedIn, create a CV. I have a link below to a video that has helped me personally create my professional and academic CV. I think it would help you a lot. I have a link in the description box below. I have a link in the video below. It is so important that you update your CV, have a CV, a ready CV that you're looking at from time to time. You're updating with every skill, with everything that you're acquiring, you're updating it. Take certification courses if you can. So for example, in my final year, I knew that I wanted to go into communications and marketing. Like I mentioned, your path may not always be linear. You will not always know that this is the sector I'm going to go into after school if you don't try out many things. And trying out many things, if you still do not know what you want to do with your life after trying out many things, the truth is that you will know what you don't want to do with your life. And sometimes you need to work your way backwards so you can find out exactly what you need to do. I wanted to work in marketing. I decided to take the digital marketing course by the Chartered Institute of Marketing. Yours may be accounting. I know some people that took ACCA. I know some people that took the CIPM because they wanted to go into HR immediately after school. They started taking stages. Even for medical students, I know people that started writing PLAB because they knew they wanted to work abroad. So the truth is, you need to start early, whatever it is that you're planning to do, so that by the time you graduate, you're not just in a sea of people that you can't stand out. People are looking for people that already know how to do things. And truth is that many entry-level positions, they may say they want 0 to 2 years of experience, but they would not want somebody that would not just have the basic office skills. You don't know how to use Microsoft Word, you don't know how to write. Those kind of things you would learn when you volunteer. If you're already in your final year and you feel like time has really gone for you and you feel like you didn't have enough time to volunteer and you didn't realize how 5 years or 4 years flew by, work on getting these certifications. These certifications will teach you a lot and they will help you stand out, and still work on getting your CV. Find an organization that you can intern with before you go for NYSC. So there's a small time frame for some people. There's a small time frame between when you graduate from school and when you go for NYSC. Find someone that you can volunteer with during that time, an organization that you can work with for free. I know that everybody's like, oh, I'm working for free. Never work for free. The truth is, if you don't have any skills, there's no value you're providing, and nobody's going to be willing to pay for that. So what way can you contribute to an organization that you would in turn gain from them by learning everything that they do and also improving yourself as a full functioning adult? And the final thing I'm going to tell you is celebrate. You've done everything you can. You have read your books. You have volunteered. You have gotten certifications. Just prepare to graduate. It is the end of a phase and the beginning of a new one. Get your suit ready, get your makeup ready, and attend your graduation. I know some people who did regret not attending their graduation. I didn't attend my graduation, but I do advise that if you can, do attend your graduation. Sometimes it's probably the last time you see some of your classmates, and you want to ensure that you keep that connection going, get their phone numbers, meet people, and just be happy in general. I hope this video helped you, and I look forward to seeing you again in our next video.